Middle of the week, sun slowly sets. Work is a memory, I'm placing my bets. Windows down, breezing my hair.
Hey y'all, Joefer here, the cranky old gay guy. So it is Wednesday. It is about 27, 28 degrees out here. It's a sunny day. It's cold as F. Evidently there's supposed to be some big storm coming in on the 13th, which is, what is that, Thursday? Friday? What is today? Today's the 12th, so 13th is tomorrow. Yeah, evidently there's supposed to be a storm tomorrow. I don't know. Right now I'm headed off. I'm going to be hauling supplies, I think, this morning. And then being in a basement most of the day in the dark. I mean, there are lights, but it's not like being in daylight, you know. So today's episode, I have thought long and hard about this. And there is something I'm going to put together, but it's going to be a lot of editing and different shots that I have to tie together. So that's not going to happen today. And I think I mentioned a few days ago I was going to work on something, and I don't even remember what that is right now. Oh boy. The pleasures of having a mind that just doesn't stop, and time keeps on ticking. Like what's the name of that song? Time keeps on ticking. Oh, into the future. That's what it is. So I think that this upcoming video I'm going to work on involves singing. It involves me singing. It involves you singing. It involves everybody singing. So while I'm driving here, so I can stay alert, I'm going to just give you a little a cappella version of, how about Somewhere Over the Rainbow? Okay? Here we go. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and dreams that you dare to dream do really come true. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a dream that you dream of once in a lullaby, where pretty little bluebirds sing above the rainbow. I've messed up the words because I haven't sang this song in a while. Let's see. It's not coming to me. Sorry, and here I thought I had that song down. Damn. Well, not that you wanted to hear the whole song anyway. It's just something that I can do and drive at the same time and not be too distracted. You know, like when you have coffee in your hand. And yeah, I know sometimes my teeth look really yellow on camera. It has to do with the fact that my facial hair is so white. My teeth will never be that white. And oftentimes I'm drinking black coffee or really strong tea while I'm doing a video. So that's staining as well. And yes, this is a reusable cup. It looks like a disposable paper cup, but it is not. And you can thank the Dollar Tree for that. This cup is probably 7 or 8 years old. Not bragging, just saying. I'm in traffic right now, and there's just people coming at me in all directions. I don't get it. Okay, so this is a leisurely drive through Northeast Portland. And yes, we are still in Northeast until we hit this next light, and then I think it becomes, I think this is the light. It might be the one after it, but anyway, it becomes North Portland. We just passed Northeast Rodney, Northeast Cleveland, you'll find that when you get into North Portland, this is Northeast Williams, as you get into North Portland, the streets become states, like Michigan, Idaho, Utah, that kind of thing. It's not all the states, it's just some of them, and I don't think Utah is actually in there. Umatilla is a street, but that's a city in Washington. I'm not sure why they call it Umatilla here. You can't see this, but over this way is it had a house and a little house on it that burned down, and then the other house got burned for some reason. It's amazing how they just burn down and then they clear them and put in big apartment complexes. So someone wanted this huge corner lot, and there were 3 houses on this side. One of them was for sale. It was sold. That's the one in the middle. The one on the end caught fire, it seems, 2 or 3 times, and eventually they bulldozed it. I have a feeling that it has something to do with someone wanting that property to develop, because they're putting in complex back there that's going to be all apartments, and it looks like it's going to be hundreds of apartments. You could probably get 12 or 14 standard size homes on a standard 50 by 100 lot in that one corner. Someone's going to be making some money. They're spending some money. The city's going to be making a lot of money in tax revenue. That's why they allow them. And also, they're not putting in a parking garage here, so there's going to be no parking. The city does that a lot too. They say, oh, well, it's because you're on a transit route. It means if there's a bus within a half mile of you, you're on a transit route. So they don't think that, people are going to have cars. Oftentimes, a complex will come into an apartment will come into a neighborhood that has really tight street parking anyway, because there's so many people that live there, and there's maybe 1 or 2 existing old apartment buildings that were built back when everyone didn't drive. So there's very little room, and then someone will come in and buy a house or 2 next to each other, and they'll put in a complex with 45, 50 more apartments with 0 parking. Well, that's adding 50 cars to the street, or even 30 cars to the street. Either way, it's impossible. If you don't have a driveway where you can pull up out of the street, you are effing screwed. And although I have a garage, it's really not usable for parking. As I said, I use it for my tools and stuff, but it's really narrow and hard to get in and out of anyway, the way it's situated in the alley. So I am stuck parking on the street, and oftentimes if I leave the house in the evening, if I come back before like 11:30 at night, there's no parking within a block or 2 of my house, and I have to hoof it, and it's disappointing. It's the same on weekends, like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, depending on what's going on up on Alberta, because there's a theater and they do shows there. It's not movies, it's performance. So if there's an event going on, oftentimes I am totally blocked. If I go somewhere, I will not be able to park near my home, period. And I will have to wait and wait and wait and just keep checking. And then later in the day, go find my car and bring it back within eyeshot of my house. I know people say, don't worry about it. People park blocks away all the time. Yeah, well, I live in an area where cars get broken into a lot. I mean, a lot. The car you're in right now has been rummaged through at least twice in the last 5 to 7 years. And my truck has been broken into a number of times. It doesn't have anything electronic. It's just an old, what year is it? It's a 96 Ford Ranger. I guess I should put this on park, right? Yeah, there we go. So it's a Ford Ranger, and like I said, they just popped the lock on that. I've also had 2 tanks of gas siphoned off, and I've had someone come through and drill a hole through the side of the tank and drain it, and then just they didn't even take the whole thing. They just drained it and then let everything run all over the street. So that was disappointing. I've had the license plates stolen and replaced with 2 non-matching license plates with different tags on them. So I just see the tag thinking, when I walk by, I see the tag. It's like, okay, it's current. I would check on it, because in the past I've had the stickers peeled off this car, the little registration stickers to show that your car is current. I've had them peeled off this car, and I've had them peeled off my truck before. But I had never had my plates stolen. And I went to DMV to get an air quality check, because you have to where I live. And they said, well, where's the truck that you're trying to register? I said, well, I'm in it. And they go, well, your license plates don't match this. And I said, what? And he goes, oh, and by the way, your license plate in the back is different than the one on the front. And I didn't know anything about this. So I got out and I looked and I cussed and swore. And I went ahead and went through the test, paid for the test, but you couldn't pay for the tags or anything. And then I had to go to the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, buy new plates, buy new tags. So this was not an inexpensive proposition. It cost me probably $75, $80. The tags, since they could look up my tags and see that they were current, they only charged me $10 a sticker, as opposed to what it would have cost, which is 200 and something. But I did have to buy new license plates, where it's for another like $45 or $50. The joys of living in an area that has a lot of crime. I was then told that the plates have to be turned into the police, and I have to file a police report, because the DMV flags the police when someone comes in to get new plates if something's been stolen. And I had them run, while I was at the DMV, I had them run my, I don't remember, the trunk, I hadn't driven it in a month, so I had no idea when the plates were switched out. So I had them run a check to make sure I don't have any moving violations out there on record, because usually people steal plates to go commit a crime, and that way when they get away, if someone gets the plate, it comes to me and it doesn't go to them. Anyway, I didn't have any. So then I called the police and filed a report, and they wanted to make sure I was home, because they were going to come by and collect them. And I said, when? They go, today. And it's like, well, when? I need to know if I'm going to be home. And within 10 minutes, the cops were at my front door. They wanted the plates. They told me that one of them was from a stolen car, and one of them, this is the plate that was on the front of my truck. These are the ones that someone had left me. That was from a stolen vehicle, and the one on the back had been used in a burglary or a stick up or something, because they had gotten the plates. Witnesses had gotten the plates when they drove away. So I had been driving a truck I could have been pulled over if a cop had seen the plate and said, oh, that's on my list. And anyway, and then he also ran a check right there through his radio and called in my old plates to make sure that they hadn't been violating or anything, or no one had used them in the commission of a crime. And then he took the plates, and yeah, that was the story there. And it was an all-day event. I went in the morning to get everything done, and then I had to go to the DMV, and then you have to wait at the DMV, and then you have to wait for the cop. So I started at 9:30, 9 in the morning, something like that. And I was finished up by 4:30. So that was a wasted day. And why was it wasted? Because a criminal had decided to focus on my truck. Had probably had nothing to do with me. It was just an easy theft. And the cop said it happens all the time. It happens all over the city. It's not just my neighborhood. So that's there. I have arrived at my destination. So now it's time to go get dirty and grimy. And my hands will get all cut up again. See that? That's a little bruise. That was from ratcheting with a pair of pliers. A bolt. I was securing a bottom plate on a wall that I was framing, and I was cranking it, and the wrench moved, and the finger was in the wrong place, and there was only like a gap this big, and it went in there, and anyway, that's why I have a little black spot. I've had it for a week or so, and I don't know how many people have commented on it via email saying, oh, what did you do to your finger? Well, that's what I did to my finger. Also, that's about it. This is not a fancy video, and I don't know. I hope that the singing one is, but Again, that's not today. I will see you all tomorrow, Thursday. Have a great afternoon, a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Middle of the week, sun slowly sets. Work is a memory, I'm placing my bets. Windows down, breezing my hair. I'm driving wild on a Wednesday there. Traffic lights blinking like a dance floor. Rolling with the rhythm, can't ask for more. Radio's playing my favorite tune. Night skies close by, I'm over the moon. Cruising on Humpday, feel so fine. Gonna leave that 9 to 5 behind. With each mile I smile, don't need a plan. Just me and my ride, Humpday man. Humpday man. Cityscapes a blur as I speed away. Escaping the grind, no reason to stay. Got my sunglasses and carefree vibe. In this moment, I truly feel alive. Passing by places I've seen before, but every turn's exciting, I'll explore some more.